right, Mariners and Royals. Mindy, George Kirby. He's the most underrated pitcher in baseball, maybe. I don't know. This guy's good. 50-1 to win the Cy Young Award. He's not going to win the Cy Young Award. He's definitely in the discussion on the fringe of having a great season. Here's the problem, though, Mindy, and we saw it again last night. The Mariners can't – they've never met a lead they can't lose. I think I just mixed my metaphors right there.
Right.
But they've blown every lead in the last month. They usually end up winning the game, and then they win by 1 run. They're big favorites, and they can't cover a run line. It happened again, I think, last night.
Yeah, I mean, it wound up being 6-5, gave up that run in the bottom of 9 in order to lose that run line for sure. So, yeah, I mean, I think I might just go ahead and hit the over here again today. I know George Kirby's been good, but, Zerpa there for the Royals, not so great. He's been sitting at, like a 6 ERA, 7.71 overall. 1.5 walks, and then also 1.5 home runs per game. So, yeah, I'm going to go ahead and go back on the Royals. I mean, they don't have a great bullpen, but neither does the Mariners at this point. So, probably going to be another shootout, taking the over.
Yeah, it's not going to be a shootout. I mean, Kirby's pretty good. Kirby is good, and, he will be an effective starter in the early key playoff games. The Mariners can't sustain anything. They couldn't win they probably will not cover a run line here in this game. Here, right? But it's the only way to go if you're going to do it, right? But the same thing last night, and it just, man, these guys cannot hold a lead. In any game, they get a big lead and they can't. And against the Royals especially, I mean, how much that exposes you. So I'm leaning with you here. I'm sure it'll get up into the over, and once they get into the bullpen, I think, a first 5, maybe a first 5 situation. I'm sure the chat will be maybe Kirby first 5 minus a half. What is the chat going to say? Ron, why not take Kansas City? Hello, Jimmy. Ron, plus 2.5. Is it really only minus 150 at plus 2.5? I think Kirby can mow him down. I just, I don't know if the Kirby a 2 ERA in his last 5 starts. He's 2-0. Mariners are 6-2 in his last 8 starts, and the Mariners are 19-6 now in their last 25. Royals have lost 8 of their last 11, but gone over in 4 of the last 5. Mariners over for 1-1 in the last 6. Thomas Lewis, Seattle money line. Just who wants to lay 200 on the road, and then it could come down to the last pitch.
Right? Who knows?
Mariners and over. Right? Yeah, I mean, but if you're gonna do, I pretty much prefer what Ron said about taking Kansas City. So, all right, the pick, I'm sure. Ron says, yeah, he's leaning towards that 2.5. And I will take it over with Mindy at 9/20. I wouldn't want to go much higher than this. I'll tell you that. And, I mean, the Mariners are still finding a way to win these games. Frankie on the over. Okay, Sports Girl, nice night. Okay. Kev Cook here. Mariners under. All right. We'll try the over here. Nothing to get what Kevin is saying. I mean, I'm pumping you up here with George Kirby. Yeah. No, he's no. Or maybe he is a secret still. I don't think anybody. I mean, I think everybody knows George Kirby's had a pretty strong campaign, but no, I don't think they're putting him up there with the best pitchers, and they probably should be this season. Bionic Mariners. All right, here we go. Red Sox, Chris Sale, $1.80 on the road here. 9. Let me make sure on this total. This one, 9.5. Oh yeah, no, it's closer to just 9.5 flat. here. Let me correct that. Boy, is it going higher or lower? Mindy, what do you got here with the Red Sox and the Nationals today?
Yeah, it's one of those. It's gonna be up to Corbin what he does here today on the mound. I thought yesterday, like I said, I thought yesterday was gonna be, easy for the Red Sox. Didn't work out that way, but I think it's gonna be easy again here for the Red Sox today. It's just that Corbin's just been pretty bad. We know it. 4.85. Sales had a little bit of time off. Hopefully, he's a little bit rejuvenated. Still have the Red Sox scoring more runs than this Nationals team. I will be going on the Red Sox here today, Ramon. I'll just take him on the money line, laying the 180 here.
All right, Chris Sale on the road, minus 180 here for Mindy. Boy, does
Oh boy.
yeah. Look, Sale's been pretty sharp, no doubt about it. Corbin, you know, he's been okay. He's been better than people want to give him credit for. Maybe, I don't know. Nationals have been one of the best money makers all season long. They continue to surprise here late in the season, playing some of their best ball, having won 11 of their last 17 games. So this one's dropping pretty fast. I'll take the under here in this one. See if it can go even lower. I mean, what a refresh this over here and see, make sure I can still get in on 9.5. Well, before it was juiced to the under. That's what I was saying. I thought the steam came in on the under in this game. Boston has gone under in 10 of their last 12. The Nationals have gone under in 14 of their last 20. Corbin's gone under in 6 of his last 9 at home. And Sale's gone over in just 1 of his last 7 starts. I'm going to go under here. I expect both these starters to perform pretty well.
I like that underplay.
Let's see what the chat has to say here. I just want to lay 180. I don't think it's a terrible price, but the Nationals just continue to find ways to be a money-making team here late in the season, and the Red Sox have definitely shown a lot of vulnerability on the road here. Ziggy, though, I think likes the over here. I think Ron Hahn likes the Red Sox. I think Sports Girl says over as a lock. I think she's talking about this one and not the last one. Okay, so I feel like I'm in the wrong here.
No, I like that. I like the under, Ramon. I like
the
that.
Nationals for Thomas here. Bionic on the Red Sox. And here is Nats and over for Solo, but Fernando on the under. And here is Fernando. Tunda Hart, hello.
Good morning.
Saw Tunda in another chat room yesterday.
Cool.
Kay, hello. Nats run line for Clyde. Kay says, give me the Nationals on the run line. All right, Mindy's on the Red Sox. I'll take the under in this one. Maybe it was going to be a premium, but it's all right.
I went with the under.
Yeah, I like it, though. Here comes the Mets and the Cardinals. And this one, Quintana on the road here, $1.20, maybe even $1. Might be going up here to $1.25 or so, and the total 10 over 20.
Well, I mean, again, I know it's a big number, but I kind of feel like the over is where we got to be on this one today. You got Skubal here for the Tigers and a 9.64 ERA on his splits, right? So on the road, pitches way worse, 4.1 ERA overall. Gives up a 350 slugging percentage. I said the Tigers, didn't I? That's not what I meant. I meant the
Mets. Do you want me to go to that game? Are you ready?
No. I just when I looked down, I just read the wrong.
I was going to switch the graphic, and I got to be honest. Look, I mean, anything can happen on these shows. I was actually just going to switch the graphic, and that no one would note it, and then we'd all have a good laugh at the end.
Yeah, right. No, Wainwright. He's the one with the bad ERA here. 9.26 ERA, 8.78 overall. Talked about this before, right? That 589 slugging percentage he gives up versus this Mets team. Quintana not doing that great either. He gives up a 459 slugging percentage. So I think, again, this one's going to be pretty lights out here with all the the hitting that will be going on in this one. Plus, these bullpens are not exactly great. Mets 4.55, Cardinals 4.41. Over is my play.
If I told you that it was Adam Wainwright bobblehead night, would that change would that make you want to maybe take the Cardinals tonight?
That would be no. Because I thought he was
wanted to get a feel
like,
for
that at the Dodgers game, they're like, it's LeBron James bobblehead night. I'm like, what the heck?
I don't think it's Adam Wainwright bobblehead night, but every night is Adam Wainwright night when he pitches.
Because you just keep looking over his shoulder.
Well, this is going to be a great game, obviously, but maybe these guys can find their form again. Wainwright has a 15.81 ERA in his seven starts. Can you believe it?
Yeah.
Cardinals are 5-10 with Wainwright, and the Mets are 0-5 with Quintana. Quintana is 0-4 in his last 5 starts. I mean, these are troubling numbers. I'm gonna take the Cardinals. I don't, this is a really bad matchup. Cardinals under in 12 of their last 17. All right, Mindy's going over though, and I'm gonna take the Cardinals. These guys will be long gone, I'm sure, and then it'll just be a crapshoot, as I now call it. Right. Remember, I've changed it to crapshoot.
Yes, a blue crab, preferably.
Ron Hahn's on the Mets. Sports Girl says the Mets are a lock. I know that says Mets right there. Sports Girl might be going over. Kev Cook, Mets money line. Thomas Lewis are all on the Mets. Nope. Here's Frankie Diamond on St. Louis run line. Solo on the over. And Kevin, Wainwright hasn't been doing good anywhere. Fade Buck. Oh gosh, what did I made a funny about Buck yesterday. I'm trying to remember what I said.
You better start taking notes.
Gosh, what did I say about Buck? All right, Bionic on the Mets. Lassie Love going over, and hello to Steph, who takes the over. Mindy's on the over. I'll take the Cards. And the Tigers. Hey, Mindy, have you heard the Tigers are taking on the Guardians?
Yeah, here. This is the one I looked down, and I was like, oh, it's Tariq Skubal with this 9.64 ERA. So I'm going to take the over in this one. So, yeah, that's kind of the way I was going last time out. You have Curry here. 0.510 slugging percentage he gives up versus this Tigers team. I think it's going to be one of those, perhaps the Guardians, maybe get out to a lead, but Detroit, they're kind of like the Royals a little bit. They always tend to come from behind. They tend to keep it close. They were down, 4-0 that last game and came out, I think, 7-4 victor or something like that. So I'm going to go ahead and take the over here.
All right, Mindy on the over here in this one. Tigers and Guardians. And I'm going to have to agree with Mindy that this one goes over. Look, that 8/25. I'm going to take a peek right now at the market here because, oh boy, yeah, there's a lot of 8.5s. I mean, I'd feel more comfortable if I just tell everyone that it's 8.5. We might be able to get a number similar to this, maybe 8/30, maybe 8/35, but it looks mostly like 8.5. And maybe 8.5 flat at some of the biggest books in North America. So I think we're going to pay a little penalty here on this one, Mindy. Not our fault. The reported steam came in on the under, so maybe sharps will continue to do us some work, and maybe we can still we'll find that juiced 8 if that's what Mindy prefers. I don't mind 8.5.
Of course, I prefer that.
Well, here's the thing: it's tough to get on any Guardian. It's tough to get on any over with the Guardians. I mean, I make no secret about it. But the last couple games have been going. There have been some runs scored, and Screwball 5.87 ERA in his last 3 starts. Curry 4.26 ERA in his last 5 starts. He started okay, but he's obviously a young pitcher as well, and he only goes about 4 innings a game. So I'm going to go over in this one with you, and I think we can find 8, but we better be fair to everyone and just let everybody know that mostly 8.5 out there right now. Let's see what the chat has to say. All right. Oh, Kev Cook, Guardians. Sports Girl on the Tigers. And Thomas Lewis on the Tigers. All right. Ron does not want any part of his Tigers right now.
Can't bet with them. Can't bet without
Good
them.
to see FP here. I don't know if we've had FP, but he's going with the eye test. Just, what the guy. All right. Frankie's on the over. Ziggy, Tigers and under. And Steph maybe with the Tigers today. I don't know. Cleveland under. Oh, I think that's a parlay there maybe with Thomas. Nathan here is on the Tigers. Yeah, that was a parlay from Thomas. Okay, Mindy, we'll take the over in this one. Tigers have been going under quite a bit. Guardians are unders. I'm on the over with you. It probably was going to make my premium card actually, so we're on it here together. No doubt, Ziggy. I got you. I got you on all this. I mean, there's no doubt. These teams are all about the under. And if you just had like a trend sheet, I've got I love the trends. I've got my notes here with full of trends. I'll read off a bunch of under trends, but I don't do business that way.
Right.
Quite frankly, I've got this one going over with Mindy, and I even said, look, maybe that total's going up. So I think not saying anything with ticket count, line movement, Mindy. People talk about that, right? But here's something where you look at everything and it all, if you read it all, write-ups and all that, it's going to be under City. And yet here it's gone from like 8 over 20 to 8 over 25 to 8 under, 8.5 under. It's like slowly climbing up. So maybe the squares don't even read these things. You'd think the sharps are just playing numbers. Here we go. Diamondbacks and pardon me, Mindy. Whoa. Padres here.
Up over the Padres, huh?
Well, I was up late eating chicken wings. I don't know. Padres here playing that poker tournament.
Right.
Can't believe that bad beat on the river. Okay, Padres here with. They're hot. They're hot. They're not dead. They're like, I don't know. They've got like the buoy. Again, the math is really tough because there's so many teams ahead of them. And, the Diamondbacks, obviously, being a big part of this. So the Padres need this. They need a sweep, I guess. But they've got Zach Gallen going today for the Diamondbacks.
Yeah, I mean, I think if we have a different starting pitcher for the Padres, might be a little bit different story. I feel like Rich Hill has just been struggling since he's made the move. He's given up 9 runs in his first 2 starts, and he's only lasted like 4 innings in each of those outings. And I don't think that's what the Padres need right now. Plus, Zach Gallen has been excellent here, versus the Padres. He's only given up 5 runs in 19 innings pitched. So give me the Diamondbacks here today.
Yeah. 2.37 ERA against the Padres in 3 starts with a 2-0 record. And Hill, so far in his 2 starts with the Padres, a 12.79 ERA, 0-2 record. Padres have lost 8 of their last 12, despite those victories. They earned those wins there over the Orioles. The Orioles were The birds were flying high, didn't realize, and that's the type of situation the Padres like to get teams into. When the pressure's on, they don't seem to perform. But this feels like the pressure game a little bit to me. And I want Zach Gallen in this one. I think the advantage at starting pitcher. Like the Padres made a move they had to make to get more starting pitch. I don't mind Hill, but you're going up against an ace here. I just don't see it happening. So we got, I see it. Here is Ziggy on the Diamondbacks. Ron. Here, yeah, Thomas, that was probably the problem was I went with the mild Buffalo, and I maybe have a little food hangover today. Gallen to record the win. Kev Cook here says take the Diamondbacks. And Thomas is on the over. Bionic is on the D-backs. So thanks, Ron, for I just had a little choked up, brother. Just a little choked up. That's why I turned the camera off and grab some Wawa. All right. Good to see lovable plays here as well. All right, Minnie, let's take the Diamondbacks against the Padres. The Padres need this sweep. It feels like, I know I've said it every time, and they keep hanging in there. And they could actually have a pretty good series here still, because we know the Diamondbacks have been pretty bad, having lost 25 of their last 36 games. But Padres do kind of have problems here with Gallen. Okay. We got one more in the major leagues with the Brewers and Corbin Burns, Dodgers and Lance Lynn. Mindy, the Dodgers are just awesome. And, Lance Lynn, depending on what happens with the Dodgers pitching, I mean, he could be just a guy to come out of the bullpen in the playoffs. That's fine. We're going to use him right now as a starter. But they're up against another ace who's been performing quite well. So this is probably on a pretty weak card, the game of the night.
Yeah, this one's a little bit tough for me because I know the Dodgers have been playing, so well. But I think I'm going to go ahead and go with the Brewers here on the run line. I think they have a chance to get this one versus Lynn. Not exactly great at home, right? 6.8 ERA there, gives up almost 4.76 slugging percentage versus this Brewers team here historically. So I mean the bullpen for the for the Brewers, I think have been doing a pretty good job here this season as well. So I'm going to go ahead and take. I know it's a little bit of a price, but I'm going to take the Brewers plus 1.5 runs here. It's about minus 170, I think.
I appreciate you taking that. I don't know if I want to lay that necessarily. I might even prefer the run line here with the money line here with the Brewers. But man, I can't get in front of the Dodger train right now. It feels like
tough, right?
Burns, talk about how good he's been. He's actually been mediocre his last couple of starts for Corbin Burns' form, if you will. He's got 4.5 ERA in his last 3 starts. But the Brewers have gone 7-2 in his last 9 starts so far since Lance Lynn has come over to L.A. and they gave him that instruction. It's no secret. I mean, I'm not, but they told Lance Lynn more fastballs, just, do as we say. And you wonder about what, the coaching staffs of other teams are doing. To me, it seems like the Dodgers, I'm a Dave Roberts fan. I know he gets a lot of heat. Look what he's done this season. The Dodgers still have a very bad bullpen. They might be able to cover it up with a guy like Lance Lynn coming, in the play, things like that. You just have still quality, or maybe whatever's going on. He's got what I'm trying to say, he's got 2.5 ERA in his 3 starts with LA. They've won them all. I don't know if I want to step in front of the Dodgers right now. I'll take the under in this one. It's going down. I mean, I see some 8.5s out there, and I'm going to get it right away. There some of the square books offshore 8.5, but Man, I'm seeing it one sharp offshore book 7.5 over 35. So this one's dropping rapidly. I like the under in this one. Milwaukee and the Dodgers. Okay, thanks. Oh, let me get the chat's comments here on this game. And Dodgers for the sweep. Steps on the Brewers. Jared Bush, hello today. Ziggy on the Dodgers. K's on the under. Kev Cook. Dodgers money line. Frankie on the Brewers. Sports Girl, thanks for your card there in the chat. Clyde Buckley on the Brewers. Jared Bush, he says, I've been hot. He's been hot. Dodgers for Solo. Thomas Lewis, Dodgers. Jared says under with me. And like I said, this one's going under fast. You're definitely going to be paying juice here, I believe, on 8.5. Maybe Jared already got it. I'm not saying that, but it's dropping. It feels like here. It's already been steamed to the under. And it also has a K-prop here. All right. That might be a Jared. Thank you for your picks from the spa today. Fernando on the Brewers. Of course he is.
All right, Fernando. There you go.
Yeah, look, $1.45 right now. Brewers, look, I think the Brewers are actually taking a little bit of money here. So let me know if you guys feel the same way.